Yeah, we're working. Okay. That way I can upload the file to our YouTube channel for future reference for anybody who might want to run a Shakeology Sampler challenge group in the future. Okay, cool. So we're recording in two places. We're live in the team page. We're also recording for our team website, which is awesome. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because, first of all, my baby girl is due for a nap, so she could start screaming at any moment. And I got to get my workout in before my last mastermind group. So in the essence of time, plus I also know that if you guys see 15 minutes or more on this video, you're going to not watch it. So I want to keep it short and sweet so that you will watch it and take good notes. So obviously, we're in the thick of this thing, right? We start next week. We're going to run Monday through Friday for the Shakeology Sampler Group. So hopefully by now you've been posting every day the same content that you're posting in our little team challenge. We did the wall squat yesterday. Today we've got the recipe, right? Hopefully you're also sharing that same content to your personal page to get people interested in following you. We're setting the stage for a successful January. We're setting the stage so that people who follow you on your social media come to you and ask about it, whether it's now or later, right? You're doing this nonstop because this business catches up to you. So what you're doing now will be rewarded later. Sorry for my dog who's about to go crazy. Rudy, stop it, please. There's workers out front, so he's been barking at them all day. So, okay, so let's talk a little bit about what you can do now and kind of how I'm going to handle this. Obviously, the group runs next week for 5 days. I know that I'm going to have to mail the packets no later than probably Friday, hopefully no later than tomorrow in order to get them to people on time. So that means that I'm going to probably do a last call type of post today and tomorrow. So tomorrow morning I'll say, today is the last chance for you to join this 5-day sampler group, etc. Okay, so hopefully by now you guys are posting this on your personal page. Maybe you've shared the Facebook event as well. You're using the images that we've created for you in the Body Electric page, but here's what I want you to do that you might not have done yet. I want you to take one of the photos that you have used or created in our little mini team challenge, right? Pictures of your Shakeology or pictures of you doing your workout or whatever. And I want you to put some text over it and invite people to the 5-day sampler group with that photo, because photos of you are going to speak way better to people than, the general photos of like a stocking or a package, right? So that's what I want you to focus on today. Make today's post sort of a last call type of post so that you can get your stuff together and mail things out tomorrow, and make sure that you're using a picture of yourself. For those of you who use email marketing, now's a great time to send out a last call type of email blast too for people to try the Shakeology Sampler Group. You can send that out to your customers, your coaches, anybody, even people who have just mentioned interest in being on your email list, and you can blast them about it through their inbox. Okay, so last but not least, I hope this is happening too, because this is where the magic happens. I hope that you're reaching out personally to people through private messenger or through email or text to talk to them about how this might benefit them. People who may have told you in the past that they're not interested or that it's too expensive or not right now, those are great people to go to and say, hey, what about $25? You can probably handle $25, pretty easily. It can probably be a pretty soft hit to your pocketbook for the reward that you could get in seeing if this could fit into your lifestyle. I reached out to people yesterday. I actually have a couple people who were interested, but they don't do Facebook. So I'm still going to check in with them every day during the 5-day sampler. I'm going to give them the same content, send them the same, images and recipes that we're doing in the group. So that's a possibility too. Think outside of just who's on social media. Think about, maybe older generations or family members and friends who are not on social media to invite to. Okay. The last thing that I want to talk to you about when it comes to marketing for your group is don't exclude your current challengers. If you have customers who are avid Shakeology fans or who have tried it before, you guys know what your individual retention is. I think for me, it's like 50%. 50% of customers that I bring on board stick with Shakeology long term. So you better believe that in my challenge groups, I'm going to be advertising this 5-day group, because that gives people a great way to try all 5 flavors to maybe find their soulmate flavor to move forward with. Maybe they're not a total huge fan of the vanilla that they ordered. This gives them a chance to try 4 other flavors or 5 other flavors and potentially find one that they do love and then stay on Shakeology HD long term, right? So that's kind of the end goal too. So make sure you're not excluding your current customers and your current challengers. So when it comes time to mail the stuff, let's say that you might have a few people who wanted to just order the 7-day sampler pack on your website. That's fine. But I know most of you guys are probably going to be packaging up the 5 packets and mailing them out. I don't think you need to go above and beyond when it comes to packaging them with a pretty bow. But of course, if you wanted to do a little Christmas theme and make it cutesy, you could. Just kind of depends on the time commitment that you are wanting to put into it. I do recommend, however, either at least including a handwritten note that has your contact information, like your cell phone number. That way, if they have a question or if they blend it the first day and they think it tastes nasty and they want to send you a text, they have your contact information, right? So make sure that you're including your contact information with those 5 packets. And I would do it with a little handwritten note telling them how excited you are that they are trying this sampler group. Cool? So those are my ideas for marketing. I want to talk to you a little bit about how the group itself will run. Every single day we're going to follow this same sort of agenda. Every morning we're going to be posting a recipe, right? We're going to have a graphic created that has like our favorite cafe latte recipe, our favorite vanilla recipe, our favorite strawberry, etc. So we're going to have a different flavor of each day. That way, if people have a different flavor to choose from, they can, look at that and say, oh, I think I'll try the cafe latte today. I think I'll try what she has listed. Or they can say, oh, I could go buy those ingredients tonight and I could try that one tomorrow, right? Either way is fine. So I know there's 7 flavors of Shakeology. Basically, my plan was to do a recipe for 5 days for every flavor except greenberry and tropical strawberry. I think those are the 2, I guess you could say, like, least interesting. Most people don't ask for samples of those, so I thought those would be, you can supply your person if they asked for that. You can supply them with a recipe, but I'm probably going to leave them out of the 5-day recipe posts. Okay, so the mornings will have the recipes. The afternoons will be a little daily workout challenge. So it could be like what we did yesterday with the wall squat. It could be a plank challenge or a push-up challenge, and they don't have to do it, right? The Shakeology tasting is all this group is about. If they want to do a little extra, if they want to move their body, they can. It'll just create more energy in the group. And then in the evening, I'm hoping to focus a little bit on Shakeology education. Whether I do a little live stream or video, or we post, the Ingredient Hunter video with Darren O'Lean, or the Shakeology recipe PDF, or not recipe, ingredient PDF. So I want to make sure we're educating people on why Shakeology is so important, which leads me to my point here, which is that your engagement in this group is going to be critical. You posting every day with your shake and how you made it and what you're doing, maybe even, the program that you're loving right now. That's all going to factor into the energy of this whole group. So I want you to keep tabs on your people. I want you to have a list or a Post-it note near your computer that has the people who are participating in this sampler group so that you can reach out to them on a personal basis every day, ask them how their shake was, ask them what they liked about it, ask what they didn't like about it, talk to them about their day, build that relationship. But you guys have to be in close contact with your people, and then my job is going to be to make sure that this group runs on a very high energy basis so that people are ready to rock and roll with a full challenge group when the 5 days is over. Cool? Okay, so last but not least, that leads me to the art of following up. The art of following up with your customers. So some of you guys right now have people that are on the fence. My suggestion to you is to not be too hesitant or too passive, but instead to reach out to them and just say, hey, today's the last day to sign up for this 5-day sampler group. I know you've mentioned interest. Are you ready to move forward? And really, it's just that simple. Asking the question, are you ready to move forward? Are you ready to do this? Are you ready to rock and roll is like a common phrase that I use. So go ahead and ask that. Don't be afraid to do the hard follow-up and to ask for a yes or no. If they say no, they say no. And maybe you run a sampler group again in January, right? So, and then also, when the group itself is over, the last thing you want to do is, let's say that the 5 days is over, it's next Friday, we're at the last day of the group, and you reach out to Susie Q, who's been in the sampler group, but you haven't been talking to her throughout, and you follow up about your challenge group, it's probably not going to go as well as it would if you're talking to her throughout. So it's really going to be critical, you guys, that you're talking to your challengers every day over the course of that 5 days. So that's what I have for you when it comes to the Shakeology group. That's how things are going to run. You guys have probably seen that we have a Facebook event created by our Body Electric like page. You're going to want to make sure that you RSVP as a yes to that event, that you invite your people to that event. You can invite anybody, whether it's people who said yes or people who are maybes or people, you just want to ask, that's fine. But the actual group, which I posted the link for today here in the team page, that's just for people who said yes. That's for people who have given you the money, that you're ready to ship their package to them, or they've bought the 7-day sampler pack, whatever it is, right? They're ready to rock and roll because they've ordered. They get put into the official group. That's where the magic is going to happen. So that's all I have for you guys today. I know last week I mentioned on our team call that we have an awesome opportunity coming up in January. I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that too. We have a Mastermind Group, which we have not done one of these with our team for several months. We used to do them pretty consistently, and I think we've really been missing out. So Amy Snow is my life coach. She's here on the team page. She's also a Beachbody coach. She's John Maxwell certified. She's going to lead us through the book Today Matters. It's all going to be virtual. We're going to do it through Zoom. I mentioned last week the details. $99 gets you in. That's a 6-week personal development training where we do like an hour to an hour and a half Zoom call once a week. I have the form for that. So if you're interested, I'll be posting the form this weekend here in the team page. But if you're interested in going ahead and getting that filled out, I'm happy to email it to you. So just comment below or send me a message and I'll get it to you ASAP. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think I kept it relatively short and sweet, right? I think you got all the content you needed to know. If you guys have any questions about how the Shakeology Sampler Group is going to run or how to run one in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help you rock this on your own and rock it as part of our team next week. So have a great Wednesday, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.